Hello everyone, this is Daniel P. from DCT with another video for the DCT archive. And before I go into today's topic, I just want to reassure the fans out there a question that is on fans' mind, and that is, a whole month has gone by, the new year has arrived, how come there hasn't been any new episodes of DCT? And the answer to that question is, yet again, a problem that plagues the show. That is time, especially for me. Ever since mid-January, my work schedule has been messy, and it's really hard to find the time to do a show. And also, that's the thing that really hurts everyone who works on the show. Just find the right time and the right date, so that way we have a perfect schedule and we know what day we're going to do a show. It's been really hard. My hours have been mixed up. There's some days I work, some days I don't. So it's been really hard for me to get on the show. Therefore, there hasn't been any new episodes. But with this video, I just want to reassure fans out there that the show has not ended. The show's still going on. I'm just trying to find and see when the perfect time is going to come for us to do another show, wherever that may be. So right now, the show is kind of in oblivion right now. It's not gone, and our topic that we're talking about for the next show is the music of Digimon. So that's what we're going to tackle next time we get on the show. Also, to touch upon the other segment that I talked about in my last video, that was the Q&A show. And I'm just waiting to see if more comments come my way, and to see if comments come my way, about a few more, 5 more, then the show will get off the ground. If not, then I don't think that segment is going to go anywhere. But I just wanted to see if I could expand the show and just go for a simple thing, a Q&A show. But yeah, that show too is kind of in oblivion. But with all that said, I want to make sure that the fans, that we haven't forgot about you, and that the show is still going on. And so I am here today with a show and tell. And this is I actually did this a long time ago myself, when I was talking about Digimon. And this here, which I have in my hand, is my collection of Digimon cards that I collected a long time ago. Now, the first thing I have to say is that I myself am not a card guy, as in I don't play turn-based games, I don't play card games. I never found them appealing. I never took the time to actually learn what the whole thing is about playing card games like these. I mostly collected these just for the sake as a collector kind of thing. So I was able to get 2 packets, and I was actually lucky enough to get some cards that have some of the more familiar characters, like Myonismon, Gatomon, and although there is no Gomamon, which is kind of sad, but there are some more familiar characters here, and I'm dropping cards. They're kind of flimsy and all that. So yeah, and I'm not going to get a really good picture here. The camera doesn't really have that good of a focus on here, but another one is Cedarmon. And what's interesting about this is that unlike the Pokemon cards that you would collect, these will actually kind of give you a little bit of information about what kind of monster this was, and what kind of what type they were. And also there came these power-up cards as well. And this one here is the Crest of Sincerity. So I ended up with Mimi's Crest. And I don't know if you would consider this to be a holograph card, but it does shine, as in the words actually shine. And I'm trying to find which one it is. Gatomon right here. I don't know if you can see that, but the name actually is in gold and it shines, so I have no idea if that's the equivalent of a hologram card when it comes to Digimon. But yeah, I got a basic pack which included these basic cards here. But there's actually a little bit of a story to some of these cards. For one thing, I was able to trade with a friend back in high school, and I was able to trade some Pokemon cards for some Digimon cards, and they actually end up being some of the more famous characters as well, which I'm surprised that he actually gave me away the more familiar characters. One would be Weregarurumon, see if you can see that, and then probably the most bewildering one is, or most fascinating one, is Skullgreymon, which is pretty amazing. Also, I had, in my original deck, I had my Otismon, which pretty cool to have a major villain. And I'm sure for anyone who went to go see the Digimon movie when it came out, you were treated with one of 4 cards that they were giving out. And I remember when my friend and I went to go see it, he got Magnamon, and I don't know where he is today. I don't know what he did with that card. But I ended up with Creepermon, or Creepymon, whatever. It's the last villain in the last segment of the Digimon movie. And it's supposed to be, I forgot what they call him in Frontier now. My mind's not with me right now on names. But I got him. And there's these 2 special cards that are in my deck, and I tend to think of them as the most important ones. This one here is really nothing special, but what is kind of unique about it is that when I actually got a Digimon toy, I got a transforming Greymon that would turn into Metal Greymon, and it came with this card here, shiny, and on the back here it tells you some more info like height, weight, body type, and this was made back in 1999. You can tell from the bottom print, and there you go. Now there's a card here which I would consider to be the most important, because there's a story behind it, and how that story came about is what kind of makes it unique, but also because of the kind of card it is. Back in my middle school years, in 8th grade, at the end of the year or halfway through the year, the kids who are going off to high school get to choose, get to go on a field trip, and they choose one of the handful of major theme parks that are in Florida. And all the kids decide to pick Islands of Adventure, since that has the most rides and roller coasters, and it has the most fun. And so we went there, and I went as well. And for the most part, I did the rides for the first half of the day. The second half of the day, I went to the arcade. And lo and behold, I went to one of the prize machines. And the prize machine that I went to is, I guess you would call it the white and red light game, where it's kind of like it's like a roulette game where you have all these flashing lights, and you press a button, and the light goes in a square pattern, and if you land on the red light, then you get your prize. But most likely you will land on the white light, and you would have to keep playing until you locked out and got on the red light. Well, surprisingly enough, I actually landed on the red light. And what I saw that made me continuously put coins in the machine was this card right here. And that's Matt and Gabumon. And what makes this really unique is that this here, I guess you would claim that this is a Japanese TV screen grab card. It's an actual screen grab up from the show, but it's in Japanese, and it's holographic. But you just don't know. The thing is that you don't know where it actually hails from. Did it come with the toy? Exactly where did it come from? But I saw this in the machine. I knew I had to get it. I was such a fan, and I spent half my money trying to get this card, because I knew I just had to get it. And particularly for a moment like this, I knew that this card would come in handy for something. But one of those impossible stories that you think that you would never ever come out victorious in the end, but surprisingly enough, I did, and it's pretty unique. The thing is, though, is that you're not. I wouldn't know exactly if this is an official card, because when you read about anime merchandise, you hear about anonymous groups who make fake merchandise just so they can sell it to the fans who really want that merchandise. And it's kind of hard to tell if this is actually official or real. Just after reading stuff like that, that kind of passes my mind, especially because the yellow side here of the card is not here. It's not. There's none of that here on this side, so makes me wonder if this is kind of fake. But one can wonder. But because of what it is, I knew I had to get it. It's the ultimate prize in my deck, and I think I'll actually post it up on the Facebook page so that way you guys can have a better look at it and a closer look at it. And yeah, that's pretty much all my cards I wanted to show off. And don't forget that on the show, I don't know if Chris is still doing this, he still has a warehouse full of free Digimon cards that apparently he got from Bandai, and he is willing to give those away for anyone who calls on the show. So look forward to that if you plan to call in, or if you just want some cards. And with that, thank you for watching, and don't worry, there's more to come. If the show doesn't come by, surely enough more videos like these will come by, and hopefully you enjoy this, and that you enjoyed this nice history with these cards. And until then, we'll see you next time.